EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! Let's go! Yeah! Pittsburgh! Nice by 4. Hey, watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 35-yard line.
Here we go. 54 to base. 54. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Right there. 54, right there.
On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's go! Let's go! Mike 50, we got to get the ball. See, get the ball right here. Let's go!
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackles. Going to be made at the Seahawks 30.
That's good for the Saints. First down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, easy. Here we go.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Hey, Charlie.
Bree's going to go on 4th down. And this is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
Check 43. Go. Got it. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. He's got a man, complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 42 yards.
You had to figure they'd take a shot downfield on 3rd and long, so the old cliche came into mind right away from me. Who wants it more? You always hear about receivers, you hear about their hands, their moves, their speed. How about the positioning and the desire to go get that one out of the air?
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here.
315. 56. Here we go, G. Here I come. 56 to Mike. What's left? Quit talking about it and bring it. Mike 56. Watch the run. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Strip the ball.
From the gun, it's Wilson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Check. 380. Check. Watch 54. 6 man.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. He's good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. On 2nd and 7, Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Ready.
Breeze now, just 2 of 5 since coming on, but he does have a first down here. From the gun, it's Breeze. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Well, Charles, as we peek back to week 1, what would you say were the positives for some teams or individuals that you took away?
Well, it started on opening night, Green Bay, and their defense. Not necessarily Aaron Rodgers and what they did going into Chicago and winning. Kansas City, they picked right up where they left off with Patrick Mahomes. Explosive on offense. How about Baltimore and Lamar Jackson? He's not just a single-wing tailback, folks. He's a quarterback. And Tennessee, going into Cleveland, Marcus Mariota, Derrick Henry, put up 43 points on the Browns.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Check.
From midfield, here's Breeze. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And Gaines got it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Breeze going to throw. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. Well, partner, I want to revisit week 1. I got your positive takeaways from the first week of the NFL season. How about the bad stuff?
Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Super Bowl celebration in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They have to win some games first, and maybe now that's the best thing that could have happened to them. Maybe they can settle in because that's a good roster. Miami, we suspected it was going to be rough. I don't know that we suspected that bad on opening day. Jacksonville, the defense is supposed to carry this team. They got torched by Kansas City. And Pittsburgh just didn't show up against New England. And I don't think we expected that at all because I thought Pittsburgh's defense was really good in the preseason.
And an alley to run. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, 84 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. To try again after the sack. Breeze. On the crossing route, complete. It's Thomas. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, at some point during this broadcast, we had to bring up the Antonio Brown saga, and that moment is right now. I got to get your thoughts. I've got to get you on the record. What do you think of all this?
Well, when you go back to Oakland, and you know about my...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara taking it in as they are now on the board here in the first half. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Let him know, let him know.
We're good, we're good. Ready.
Breeze now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Well,
right?
that's true. You've said that before. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
On first down, Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On first and 10, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Here we go.
Touch Milky, touch Milky.
He's checking. Crash.
Here's Wilson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Rabbit.
The final shot before half for Breeze. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
Come on, fellas.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to it.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Seattle. 49 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Carson, a little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You ain't doing nothing today. Hey, orbit.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Now Breeze. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Kill. Hey, Echo.
Mike's 54.
Know your job. 20 seconds.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Brad McDougal.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They run again with Carson. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Carson. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, 0.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Alert.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Check 15.
Check 53.
12.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Well, he had the big run to get down there, so you got to let him finish it off, don't you?
I think so, but what I liked even more, the fact that he wanted to finish it off. How many times have we seen a guy break off a big run, and we see that universal sign where he's tapping his helmet to get me out of the game? No! Stay out on the field and enjoy the benefits of the success you created.
And he hits pay dirt because of it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jadeveon Clowney able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Check three.
Easy, opposite.
To throw, it's Breeze. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction, because otherwise we're going to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, 1st down. They run it with Carson. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A.J. Klein on the tackle there. On 2nd down, it's Carson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up the 3rd down.
Cut.
Turn it up. Kill.
Now it's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk 1st down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. On 1st down, Carson. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, 37 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and finally kept that.
And my goodness, another interception. Trey Flowers picks it, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.